the time of digital money, will he establish it or will he end it? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Yes, that's a good question. Will Dajjal come during the time when digital money is established, or will he come to establish it, or will he come at the end of digital money? Let me take you to the hadith. Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam has spoken on the subject of the khuruj of Dajjal. Khuruj meaning appearing in human form. Khuruj meaning appearing in human form. I know that you have in Iran so many institutes of eschatology, but over there you call it Ilmul Mahdawiyah in Iran. I have visited so many of them, and I have entered into dialogue with so many of the Iranian ulama on the subject. Now, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, the hadith is in the Sunan of Abu Dawood, and he said, Umranu Bayt al-Maqdis kharabu Yathrib, that when Jerusalem is built up, center stage, flourishing, at that time Yathrib, and incidentally the name of the city in the Quran is Yathrib. Allah refers to that city as Yathrib. And the Prophet ﷺ refers to the city as Yathrib. And therefore the sunnah of the Quran and of the Prophet is to refer to the city as Yathrib. Which is why it seems to me, I cannot understand, I'm puzzled, why did they rename the city Medina al-Munawwara? I prefer to use the name that is in the Quran. I prefer to use the name which is in the Hadith, which is in the Sunnah. The name in the Quran and in the Sunnah is Yathrib. Today it is known as Medina or Medina al-Munawwara, al-Madina al-Munawwara, and it is located about 800 kilometers to the north of Mecca. So when Jerusalem is built up, flourishing, center stage in the world, at that time Yathrib, which today is known as Medina, would be Kharabu Yathrib. Medina will have no status. Medina would be in desolation, full-on desolation, Kharabu Yathrib. When these two things are in place, and they are in place today, Kharabu Yathrib Khurujul Malhama. At that time the Malhama will take place. The Christians know it as Armageddon. It's the great war, which will substantially reduce the population of the world. You may probably have it in Hindu scriptures and in Buddhist scriptures as well, I don't know. But we have it in Islam, and the Christians have it. The great war, which will substantially reduce the population of the world. It's called the Malhama. Then said the Prophet, Allah's blessings be upon him, Khurujul Malhama Fathul Constantinople. Please hold on with your phone call. Let me answer the question. We'll come to you. Khurujul Malhama Fathul Constantinople. That when the Malhama takes place, the next event that takes place after that would be the conquest of Constantinople. They don't want us to know that. That's why they changed the name of the city from Constantinople to Istanbul. And they gave us this nonsense that the conquest of Constantinople took place 500-600 years ago, when the Malhama has not as yet taken place. After the conquest of Constantinople, the next event after that would be the Khuruj of Dajjal. Meaning Dajjal will appear in human form. He's already here. The way the angels are here, the way the jinn are here. But you can't see him. The way you cannot see the angels, you cannot see the jinn. Dajjal is here. But Dajjal will appear in human form at that time. Digital money is already here. So we can say that digital money is, the architect of digital money is Dajjal. Yes. And the digital money will probably take over the world within the next maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The Wall Street is using the Indian government as a guinea pig. And the Indian government is playing ball. They just, last November, they demonetized the two biggest Indian rupee notes, 500 and 1,000. And I expect the government of Trinidad and Tobago to do the same thing with the $100 note. Yeah, all of them, the big notes will be demonetized, part and parcel of the demolition of paper money so that digital money could replace paper money. Will Dajjal end the digital monetary system? That is a very, very interesting question. Iran, I'm glad you asked it. I have very little time. Yes, Dajjal will have to end the bogus and fraudulent and haram monetary system of paper, plastic, and electronic money. Why? Because every Jew knows that this is not kosher, meaning this is not halal. This is not legally permitted in the sacred law. Every Jew knows that money in the temple in Jerusalem, that temple of David and of Solomon, Nabi Dawood alayhi salam, Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam, that temple in Jerusalem used to mint its own money. Every Jew knows that. And the Roman government used to also mint their own money, but they had a graven image on the coin, gold and silver coins. And that was haram, or prohibited, not kosher. So you couldn't use that money in the temple. So the temple minted its own money. Every Jew knows that. And people will have to go to the temple and change their Roman money for temple money, gold and silver coins. And the people, the money changers, were ripping them off. And that is why Jesus, when he entered the temple, he cursed them. He turned over their tables. He chased them out of the temple. Jesus did it. And he said, you've taken the house of God and transformed it into a den of thieves. So money in Christianity, money in Judaism, money in Islam, and I'm sure money in Hinduism as well, if the Hindu scholars will confirm it, is money with gold and silver coins. That there you have integrity of money intact. And so Dajjal will have to put an end to this monetary system and restore gold and silver coins as money. Thank you, Iran. Let's take this call. Hello?